We are live. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. I am just doing a quick finale right here. We had already finished reading the magic. We are done reading the magic, but some people were still confused. Okay, after the magic, what next? Listen, I'm back to let you all know that the magic is a daily practice. It is something you have to continue in your life to make it work for you. The fact that you could succeed doing the 28 days of reading and practicing and meditating on the magic, it means it is something you have to continue practicing in your life, right? And today I'm going to show you how. I'm going to give you examples of how you can make this work for you every single day. The author actually call it your magical future. All right, I'll read something about this, then we'll do some little practices. I'll guide you on how you can continue implementing this magic in your life, and I'll end up with one little treat for us. We actually have one message I got from one of the mentors, people that I look up to, I've admired, I've followed throughout. Oprah Winfrey, she had some thoughts about gratefulness. I actually have a little clip of that, which we'll end with that here today. So we're gonna have a good time. Today is just to help you with that particular wordings about the magic. How do you go from here? After reading the magic, what's next? What's next? That's the question. Okay, so in the ending of the book, it says, "You are the builder of your life, and gratitude is your magical tool to build the most incredible life. You have now laid a foundation through these magical practices, and with the tool of gratitude, you are adding more floors to the building of your life. Your life will climb higher and higher until you touch the stars. There is no end to the heights you can reach with gratitude, and there is no end to the magic you can experience." So, like the stars in the universe, being grateful is infinite. Do you get that? It is really infinite. You gotta be grateful. There is the quote from Johannes Gaertner. It says, "To speak gratitude is courteous and pleasant. To enact gratitude is generous and noble. But to live gratitude is a touch of heaven." So, how do we put this gratitude thing together? All right, how do we put it together? A couple of suggestions which we'll go through. The ideal way to move forward from here is to maintain the foundation of gratitude you've built. And we'll build this for 28 days. I continued doing my stuff, and I didn't know that some people didn't get it. So I was coming back just to encourage, because I got some messages. "Oh, well, you finished 28 days. So what next? We're just sitting and waiting again." No, 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 no. You gotta continue practicing, especially if you have the book. There are lots of things you can do. He says the more you practice gratitude, the deeper you will be able to feel it. And the more deeply you feel it, the less time you will need to give to it. Okay, so as a guide, we have this. They say you should do this 3 days in the week of remember the magic, or combining it with two other magical practices of your choosing. You should maintain that as your current foundation. 3 days in a week, you should use it to do the magic, be it gratefulness, whatever thing you want to use for that. Okay, for example, you might choose to do remember the magic in one day, magical relationships the second day, and then magic money on the third day. They are all examples of practices. I'll go back to it a little bit just so we can understand. So 4 days in a week, remember the magic, or incorporate them with three other magical practices of your choosing in order to maintain the gratitude. Somebody like me, I actually made a calendar. I spaced it so it's easier for me to pick it up, because if you just think about it, it'll be hard for you to do it. But Since you've read the book and there are headings, it's easier for you to say, okay, day one, I'm gonna do magical practice. I could do relationship. Day two, I could do money. Day three, however way you want it. So they say 6 or 7 days a week of remember the magic or incorporating it with any other magical practices of your choosing, and you will become a true alchemist who can turn everything into gold. So it depends on how you want to do it. Is it 3 days a week? Is it 2 days a week? Is it 4 days a week? Is it 5 days a week? Or 6 or 7? But because you want this to be part of you, spread it out for the 7 days a week. Practice the magic. All right. These are the recommendations we have. Okay. If you choose to do relationship, there are things that you can do. Magical relationship is there. They give you the pages. You go to page 48. That's where they're talking about the magical relationship. For those of you who have the book, on that particular day, you do the practice. They say the first day, everything on each and all of these days, we always have to talk about how grateful, talk about the counting our blessings. You get up in the morning, you count your blessings. I always tell you people when I wake up from bed, the first thing it's like it's just a minute. I turn to the left and say thank you. Then to the right, I say thank you. Then to the person beside me, for those of you who have people beside you, you touch that person, you say thank you. Because it's so worth it. If there's nobody, it's okay. Still turn to the left and the right and you say thank you. As I get up, I step on my leg, my feet as it steps right down on the floor. Say thank you. I always think about the breathing, my breath, my sense of breath, my sense of touch, my sense of smell. Say thank you. Why? Because there are people who don't have that. I thank God again, most especially, I'm always grateful for my children because they give me strength. Again, because there are some parents who don't even get along with their children. So I try to be grateful. I put myself, I make it a must to be grateful because when I see them excel, I'm happy. I know there's something that is in this world that is actually making me to feel good. That is actually making me to feel, you know what? I didn't come into this world and I was just like that. There was something that is living beyond me living. So I'm grateful. Always grateful for my family. Good, bad, and ugly times. You get it from your family, but you're grateful. You shouldn't make yourself to belong to that family, right? So that particular one is something that you can have in your schedule for every day, counting your blessings. If you decide to do the magical relationships, that's the time you choose the closest relationships in your life. It doesn't matter who they are. Get their photograph with you because it's nice when you put them, you put the photograph. And then right there, you write 5 things you're most grateful for about that particular person, right? On that day, if you're doing the magical relationship on a Monday, you carry those pictures on Monday. Look around with you and appreciate those people. It has to come from the heart. Be grateful. They don't need to know about it. It is something that comes from the heart. When you do it, you know that your magical practice, or your practice you're doing just relationships on Monday, deal with it throughout Monday. Magical relationships is done. You feel it, you feel it, you feel it. Right? So if you want to take them a Tuesday, and do the magical dust, I love the dust. That's, it's also in our book, page 109. There is nothing, the guidance is there to make you not to forget doing this. Me, I actually written mine. I have a little step that I have it there for every day. It's a little, I'll show you people. Mine is on a thing. It's a little slip here. It has Monday, other thing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I just put, what I want to do on the day, the practice that you want to put, and you just go with it. It is so good. It is so, 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 so good. You want to do the magical dust again in the morning. The morning, the count your blessings should be a top thing every single day. If you want to do the magical dust Tuesday, you take the dust, if you're sprinkling it. Use 10 people during the day just to perform the service. We call it a service, okay? Services you benefit from them. It's a magic dust. There are people who have done so much to you. You don't have to be grateful for passing on things to them. People who have done things to you, you stay because each and every one of us on this earth who've been blessed, by people. So you use that opportunity to bless them. Use the magic dust. As you call their names, you say what they've done to you, thanking them directly or otherwise, even mentally in your head. What do? You sprinkle the magical dust, okay, to bless them. It's in your head, but you know deep in you that it's a dust. It's a magical blessing. It's a magical way of being grateful. It's a magical way of saying thank you. You sprinkle the dust to 10 people. All right? Sprinkle it. Sprinkle it. That's already practicing the magic. You're doing the magic dust, right? That's part day number 2. If you're out of relationship, you want to do Wednesday and you want to think of something else, you can talk about health, magical health, and it is there on page 58. So everything has a page. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with the magic. You can't go wrong. They guide you. Magical health. If Wednesday you want to talk about health, then you start the day again by being grateful, right? Counting your blessings for the day. Then on a piece of paper or a card, you say, the gift of health is keeping me alive. The gift of health is keeping me alive. If it is Wednesday, you do that all day. The gift of health is keeping me alive. How does that happen? As you put that, you're grateful for your health. Because if you want to know how bad it is, just walk yourself to the hospital and see what is happening to other people. See the ones who are hanging on to life. See the ones who are taking their last breath. See the ones who are struggling to breathe. See the ones who are looking for somebody to be there for them to even hold their hands. When you have it on a piece of paper, the gift of health is keeping me alive. That is how you practice it. You walk with that every single day. You give God. You say, I'm a Christian. That's why I keep saying God the glory. To tell you the truth, we all have different beliefs. Whoever it is that you look up to, that's who you give God. That's who you give glory to. So when I keep saying God the glory, please don't be angry with me. That is who I look up to. That is my faith. I believe in God and it's working for me, right? So that's why it always keeps coming out of my mouth. But this whole exercise is a matter of being grateful because there is something. The universe works. The universe follows what is in our hearts and makes it happen for us. All right. So with this particular one, when you talk about the gift of life, the gift of health, you write it. You can put it on a piece of paper. It could be occasions of people who you feel that their health is failing them. You could put it, make it up to the gift of health is keeping that person alive. You call the person's name and it's keeping the person alive because it's important, right? So read the word slowly. Feel as grateful as you can for the precious gift of health. And that's just what it is. We can do. We do it also with money. People know I love the money one. Money to me is part of my thought money. I actually do money on Thursdays. But because money is one of the things that we use every single day, it's like I apply the money part every single day. So money is actually on page 66. If you have the magic, go to page 66. These things tell you there's no way you can finish reading the magic and you're lost. The practice is there. That's why I'm getting back to you because two people actually said the thing. So what next? We finished reading. So what do we do? I just said I'm going to come back and go over this. You go to page, if you're doing money for me is Thursday. The magic money practice. When you get up and you've done your, counting your blessings, of course, take a few minutes, you sit back, you think about your childhood and all the things you received that were provided to you at no charge. Somebody like me is just a lot. And whenever Thursday is a big day for me, Thursday is like, because who I am today, when I think behind, when I think of the days of the people who have helped me, the ones who gave me money from their heart, the ones who just threw the money to me, feeling that, this one is too much. Let me just give you money and let me, just so that you can just let me be. All those things you're grateful, especially to my parents, my dad especially. My dad was so loving. My dad would give everything he has to make sure that we are comfortable, make sure that we are happy, even when he didn't have. But there was no way, there was no day I ever thought we never had, because of the kind of gratefulness, the kind of grateful attitude my father had. My father would give. So I felt we were very rich. I came into this country and I looked behind. I was like, my Lord, we were living a very, very desperate life. But you know what? In that gratefulness, we were so happy, we were so comfortable, and we never experienced lack because we were grateful with the little we had. We thought it's everything for us. So money is huge, okay? They always tell us to take the dollar bill and write, something on it on a sticker and place it in bold letters. To thank you for all the money I've been given throughout my life. I have it on my money. If people can see where you see there, which I carry, thank you for all. People will not be able to see the writing, but it's actually on my stuff with my little signature. My little signature. I carry this every single day. I have $100 bill and $1 bill. I'm grateful. I said thank you for the money I've been given throughout my life. I know it is not the end. I know money is gonna keep coming in my life. I talk about abundance. I speak about the things money can do for me. I speak about the things I can use money for. I say money is gonna be my slave, and I'll never be a slave to money. Every time I talk about money in the positive, I know money will never come low. No money will never, ever, ever be short in my life. I speak it, and I see it happening. Okay, I never lack for some reason, for one way or the other. Even when things are getting so bad, money comes in somehow. Why? Because I call it into my life. I call it into my life throughout being grateful. Don't just call it and you're still angry and talking about lack. You can't be talking about lack and you're calling money. No, 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 no. Money is that abundance. We all deserve it. We all deserve it. Right? So, if you have to talk about the money magic, you use that. You can use a particular day for that. You can use another day to talk about your career. Okay, and that is on page 74. And we have the one to talk about our desires, which is on page 109. I love desires because the one with desires is what you claim to yourself. That particular practice just got me so much into. It's like it made me to think that there is nothing that is impossible. And that is true. There is nothing that is impossible. Practice the magic, people. Practice it. The one for desire is actually it's awesome because with a desire you hold on, you read a list of your desires, what you want to be, what you anticipate. You find yourself already in that situation. Okay, you speak it to yourself. Like the day I talked about my own, I talked about myself being in my law firm, having all these other people that are working in this particular law firm. It is big. I have other people that I work with. We have children and women that we're taking care of. We're changing lives. This firm did not only end up in the United States, it actually went international. I could see myself doing great things. When also in my desires, I talked about my desires, my dream home in Florida. That one to me was so real. I could see myself sitting beside, just behind my house, the river overflow, the lake. I don't know what it was, but it was so calm. I sat right there. I was writing my life story. The building was huge. The corner was so welcoming. With all the different rooms, my grandchildren coming in and going out. It was just so powerful. I was happy. I was happy. I was relaxed. This is me. This is all what I see. This is all what I see in that period that is coming. Desire, desire it, desire it, desire it. Okay. And as you open your heart, it's gonna come to you just as you wished it to be. Right? I close my eyes to say this because that's how I feel. I'm telling you, the magic is a good book. The magic is a good book. It works, it works, it works. So after giving you all these examples of how you're supposed to do it, you can use different headings. If anybody is concerned about a particular heading to use and you're not sure where it is, I'm gonna give that to you. I'm gonna give you, if you want me to scan the page and send it to you so you figure out how to practice it, no problem. Or you just, if you're concerned about a particular thing to do, if you want to go to the magic block, the magic doors to, steal the money, the health, and you're not sure of the page, also check my Facebook. Between 8 days, everything has been done there. You can just look at it and you practice it. Please don't stop doing the magic. It is so worth it. So, so worth it. So I actually did this too. I decided to get some recommendation, those this message from one of the people, my mentors. I follow her all the time. Oprah Winfrey. She had this about being grateful, and I want to share this with you. I want you people to hear it because it's really really cool. So I'm gonna put her on now fully so we can all listen.
I believe that grace is a direct response to gratitude. That the more grateful you are, the more grace steps in and shows itself and mirrors the gratitude that you have.
Hope you can hear that.
Don't be afraid. All you have to know is who you are, because there is no such thing as failure. There is no such thing as failure. What other people label or might try to call failure, I have learned is just God's way of pointing you in a new direction.
What you appreciate appreciates. What you appreciate in life actually appreciates, meaning it grows. So imagine this. Imagine you have a thought experiment where you did this every single day if you're willing. What if the only things in your life tomorrow are the things you express gratitude for today? What if the only things in your life you had, the people, the opportunities, the resources, the objects, all the things, what if the only things you kept tomorrow are the things you expressed gratitude for today? Would you live differently? Of course, we all would. And how does it feel to feel grateful? It's amazing, right? Because somebody can have everything and not appreciate it, and it feels like they have very little resources, but they feel so grateful and appreciative. They like have everything.
How does one lead a meaningful life? Because ultimately, isn't that what we all want? We want to lead a life so that however we transition, people can say, wow, that was a bright one. I think that it comes from a deep sense of awareness about who you are and why you're here. It comes from being in touch with, on a regular basis, the appreciation and the holy gratitude that should fill each of our hearts on a regular basis, just knowing what a privilege it is to be here and to be here.
Make sure your daily attitude is filled with love and gratitude. I know you may not be where you want to be in life. Finances may not be in the right place. Relationship may be in shambles. But you woke up this morning. It's a blessing. If you're still breathing, you still have an opportunity to be achieving. So start your day by counting your blessings and give thanks for the many lessons that life has put you in a position to learn from. That life has put you in a position to grow from. Give thanks for having the strength to power through all of the stressing, to power through all of the adversity, to power through all of the hard times, all of the rough patches. If you smack dab in the middle of one right now, give thanks because the universe, because God is going to see you through this. And on the other side of that darkness comes your sunshine.
Everyone got me.
Say thank you for grace. Thank you for mercy. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for parents. Thank you for love. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for humility. Thank you for peace. Thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. True desire in the heart for anything good is God's proof to you sent beforehand to indicate that it's yours already.
Ready.
Sometimes you find out what you're supposed to be doing by doing the things you're not supposed to do. So don't expect the perfect job that defines your life's work to come along next week. If that happens, take the blessing and run with it. But if not, be grateful to be on the path where you eventually want to live. Abide in the space of gratitude, because this is what I know for sure, that only through being grateful for how far you've come in your path can you leave room for more blessings to flow. Blessings flow in the space of gratitude. Everything in your life is happening to teach you more about yourself. So even in a crisis, be grateful. When disappointed, be grateful. When things aren't going the way you want them to, be grateful that you have sense enough to turn it around. Even when things are difficult, be grateful. Honor your calling. Don't worry about how successful you will be. Don't worry about it. Focus on how significant you can be in service, and the success will take care of itself. And always take a stand for yourself, your values. You're defined by what you stand for. Your integrity is not for sale.
Awesome. Awesome. Did you people get this? Your integrity is not for sale. This was I listened to this. I loved it. I wanted to share with my business partners because it is important, and everyone who watches this after, because being grateful is a huge thing. It's a huge thing. You listen to the people who just spoke. These are people who've gone through things in their life. They are the people who are changing the world now, if I may say. But there was something that they never kept aside: being grateful. Some of us fear success. That is why you see people succeeding, you say it's impossible. Some of us fear failure. That is why when you see people failing, which is okay, you say, I told you. Let me tell people something. It doesn't matter. For success to come, you must fail. Fail, 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 but with your head up. And fail being grateful, because there's always going to be a change. And there's this statement, they say, what if the only things in your life are the things you're grateful for tomorrow? It is a privilege to be here. So make sure your daily attitude is filled with love and gratitude. Be grateful. My brothers and sisters, please take the magic book seriously. Take this book seriously and practice this every single day. The magic is in you, the magic is in me. And hey, what else can we do than putting it in practice and seeing our lives turn around? So I just came in today just to do this conclusion of the magic when some people were asking me, what next? What should we do after 28 days? After 28 days, put it in practice. Do it every single day, just as I've shown you here. Nobody should ask the question again, but rather they should be saying, wow, I can see the changes in my life. The magic is doing something for me. Don't sit and tell me, oh, it looks as if that magic will work for you. Okay, it has to work for you too. If it's working for me, it must work for you. As it is working for me, it is working for you. All right? So let's go out there and make it a magical day. Go out there and touch some lives. Go out there and change some lives because the magic works. Have a wonderful rest of the day, every single person that will be watching now, that will be watching tomorrow, that will be watching the day after tomorrow, and that will be watching for years to come. Because I know this particular series is going to touch lives, change lives, and make lives. See you on the other side.